Committee of the Whole, report from the Curriculum Committee.
Dr.
Dr. Ratner. Thank you. Report from Finance and Facilities.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The Finance Committee met on Thursday, January 30th at 4 p.m. at the district office. Each action item was approved and will be presented in the new business portion of this meeting. The next Finance Committee meeting will be held on Thursday, February 27th at 4 p.m. at the same location. Thank you.
Thank you. Report from Policy Committee.
None this evening.
Thank you. Report from Discipline Committee.
None this evening.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, consent agenda. We have a motion to approve items A through D as presented on the consent agenda. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Ladies.
Second by Brown.
Okay. Dr.
Doc-
Davis moved, second by Mr. Brown.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Mrs. Moody?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item on the agenda, public participation. We now open the public participation section of our agenda. At this time, members of the community are invited to address the board. We ask that you state your name and town. Limit your total time to 3 minutes and talk only about items on the current board agenda. In addition, if your comments are of a critical nature about specific people, the board requests that you present your comments during the personnel portion of the executive session. Your name will not be called if you do not sign in and list the topic or topics is not on the current board agenda or if participation has begun.
We have no
No
public
public
participation.
participation. Next item on the agenda, Freedom of Act. Dr. Dawson. Freedom of Information Act. Dr. Dawson.
Good evening. There are 2 FOIAs received since the last board meeting, and both have been responded to. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda. News from the school, Ms. Thornton.
Good evening. I'm pleased to share highlights of student achievements and school activities across Thorn Ridge, Thornton, and Thornwood High Schools. At Thorn Ridge, on Tuesday, January 28th, 3 senior members of the Thorn Ridge Science Club represented their school at the regional bridge building competition at the Illinois Institute of Technology, competing against top schools such as Lincoln Way and Whitney Young. These students showcased their engineering and problem-solving skills. We want to extend a special thank you to Mr. Eden for mentoring and supporting the students throughout their project. Next slide. On Thursday, January 30th, students in the biomedical class demonstrated routine medical tests that are conducted during physical examinations. These future healthcare professionals are gaining hands-on experience to prepare them for careers in medicine. Next slide. On January 9th, Thorn Ridge welcomed back alumni who are currently attending historically black colleges and universities and Illinois state institutions. The students gained valuable college preparation tips from representatives of Spelman College, Morehouse College, Clark Atlanta University, North Carolina A&T, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and Western Illinois University. And this was an enriching experience for the underclassmen as they plan for their futures. We proudly recognize 5 outstanding seniors from the class of 2025 who have been named Illinois State Scholars for their academic excellence. Congratulations on this prestigious honor. Congratulations to the District 205 girls bowling team for securing first place and becoming conference champions. Additional honors go to individual bowlers who placed 2nd and 7th for the most pens. We move on to Thornton. Their cheerleading team secured first place at the ICCA State Championship in the co-ed division, making them the first cheer team in Thornton's history to win this championship. Additionally, Mason Bryant was named to the ICCA All-State Cheerleading Team. Congratulations on this groundbreaking achievement. Academic success was celebrated with a well-deserved honor roll recognition. Certificates were awarded to 140 freshmen, 103 sophomores, 104 juniors, and 115 seniors. Students were treated to delicious Calumet Bakery donuts in recognition of their hard work. On February 1st, 25 Thornton students participated in Shot of the Art Experience, a program aligned with the event's program's mission of merging art and therapy in support of social-emotional learning. This experience encouraged creativity, self-awareness, and social connection while promoting overall well-being. Then we'll move on to Thornwood. Their dance team proudly competed at the IHSA State Dance Competition, ranking 21st in the state. Notably, they were the only team from our conference in cheer dance to qualify for state. We want to congratulate their talented dancers. From December 9th to January 10th, the Pops Patrol Winter Clothes Drive collected 272 articles of winter clothing for Restoration Ministries, helping community members in need. We want to give a special thank you to Mr. Allen for designing the collection bins. Next slide. We salute Michael Blair and Tyrone Richardson for their unwavering dedication to the community. As co-founders of Push to Be Great, a nonprofit organization, they have spent 11 years supporting children and families in need. Their humanitarian efforts have earned them a nomination for the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Their motto says it all: it is truly a blessing to be a blessing. Congratulations goes out to the Thornwood chess team and their sponsor, Michael Blair, for qualifying for the state finals. We want to wish them success in the upcoming competition. On January 22nd, Thornwood's varsity cheer squad took first place in the conference. We're incredibly proud of their teamwork and dedication, and we want to give special recognition to their coaching staff. And then lastly, congratulations to the Thornwood speech team for their outstanding performance at the 49th theater competition. And this concludes news from our schools.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And happy Valentine's Day. I am Oluwanifemi Ajayi, the current president of the Student Board of Education.
I'm Audrey Davis, the vice president of the Student Board of Education. My name is Danielle Moore, and I am a member of the Student Board of Education.
And we are here on behalf of the Student Board of Education, and we are extending an invitation to you to our second annual Mental Health Awareness event, Breaking the Cycle. And we plan to have activities such as yoga, mental health kits, discussion circles, games, and so many more. And we would love to see you there. Additionally, we are seeking your support to donate $100 or more, or any amount, to our scholarship to support a deserving D205 student. A senior at the school with the highest attendance at the event will receive the scholarship, and we are hoping that you could support our scholarship fund. We have received donations from Mr. Porter, Dr. Cunningham, and Ms. BGK, and we're also counting on yours. And lastly, we hope to see you there, and we hope you support our endeavors to ensure that the D205 community is mentally supported. Thank you.
Thank you.
Second grade in church.
Let's give those young ladies a hand, please. Next item on the agenda, new business presentation, Student Board of Education. B, recommended approval, single reading, special conditions, legal compliances, adoption of revised policy 2265, Title 9, grievance procedure. Dr. Dawson.
Yeah, we're on the first reading for Press Plus Policy 117 to be approved at the board meeting in March. These are updates that I'm doing it all.
Oh, you're trying to.
Yeah. We had a meeting with the policy committee last week to go over the draft updates and the updates from 117. They will be on the agenda for the March board meeting. This is for 30-day review. But in the interim, we had to rescind update 116 due to a federal ruling in the state of Kentucky by a federal judge that rescinded all of the U.S. Department Board of Education policies that related to Title IX. So we're going to have to revert back to our 2020 policies, and so that if you go back a slide, that's the policy 2265 Title IX grievance that we're going to request approval for today to have the online and our policy manuals updated to have them kind of try to go back to the 2020 procedures, because we've already been over the last year updating them to the 2022 procedures. So it's kind of confusing, but a few weeks ago a federal judge just eliminated all the changes we've had in place for the last year and a half. So now we have to approve the update policy 2265 for Title IX, so we're in compliance at least with where it was back in 2020 before we make the changes.
May I have a motion to approve the single reading adoption of revised policy 2265, Title 9, grievance procedure. May I have a motion, please?
So move, Davis.
Move, Dr. Davis.
Second, Moody.
Second, Ms. Moody. Roll call.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. Moody?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, recommended approval, District 205 TV and digital signage. Ms. Thornton, I think you're going to do it.
Dr. Cunningham, yes.
Oh, Dr. Cunningham, all right.
As you guys can tell, Miss Thornton was a little bit under the weather. She was trying to be a trooper and handle all of it. We've worked this out together. Want to make sure I get this information out to you. Good evening, and on behalf of Public Relations and IT departments, I am pleased to present for your consideration the District 205 D205 TV and digital signage pilot project, a modern communication initiative designed to enhance the way we share information with our students, our staff, and our visitors. The project overview. This pilot project includes the installation of 22 digital screens across our 3 high schools. The screens will be strategically placed to maximize visibility and accessibility. The locations would be the student cafeteria, where 5 to 6 screens will be mounted horizontally, per cafeteria plus 1 vertically mounted screen. Main office areas, where 3 screens per school mounted either inside or outside of the main office. Cost and funding. The total cost of the project is $34,000, probably $35,000. Hardware is $26,256. Installation is about $5,700. The software digital signing license is $2,640. The project installation time frame is between 45 and 60 days, with a go-live plan date of 14 April. Benefits for the district is the District 205 signage initiative will provide a modern and dynamic communication platform that enhances the delivery of real-time information, including daily announcements with updates, with engaging digital displays for school events, reminders, and key messages. Emergency alerts, safety communication, allowing for immediate dissemination of all critical information in real time. Increase student and visitor engagement through visual, high-impact messaging to keep stakeholders informed. By approving this pilot project, we are taking a significant step towards modernizing the District 205's communication infrastructure and providing a more efficient, effective, and engaging way to connect with our community and school. I respectfully seek the board's approval to move forward with the D205 TV and digital signage pilot project and look forward to its successful implementation. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the D205 TV and digital signage project as presented?
A motion to accept it read.
Motion by Mr. Brown,
So moved by
second by Mr. Banks.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes,
Mrs. Moody?
Yes.
Motion carries.
thank you. Next item on the agenda, resolution to abate property taxes pursuant to receiving the 2024 and 2025 property tax relief grant. Mr. Gordon.
Thank you. The purpose of this item is to request the board adopt a resolution authorizing the abatement or reduction of property taxes for the purpose of receiving the property tax relief grant. In 2018, the state of Illinois implemented an annual $50 million statewide property tax relief grant program. Each year since, the board applied for and received the grant, which provides the district with additional state funding with a requirement to use the funds for 2 years to reduce its tax levy. In doing so, the board is lowering the property tax burden on Thornton Township homeowners. If the resolutions are approved, the total taxes reduced by the Board of Education would equal $34,779,000 during this 7-year period. Thank you.
May I have a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the second property tax abatement for the 2024 property tax relief grant returning $2,486,096 to the taxpayer. I want to say that again, that word again, returning to the taxpayers. All right, you got that? May I have a motion, please?
So moved, Moody.
Second by Brown.
Ms. Moody, Brown, second, roll call.
Mrs. Moody?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the first property tax abatement for the 2025 property tax relief grant returning $3,398,200 to the taxpayers, returning to the taxpayers. Roll call. Oh, motion, no, I get excited about returning money. Give it us money. It's a good thing. May I have a motion, please?
Did we just vote on it?
We had two motions.
Two separate.
Okay.
You got the first read, then you got the second read.
So moved, Moody.
Moved by Ms. Moody,
Second by Brown.
second by Mr. Brown. Roll call.
Mrs. Moody?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes,
Motion carries.
Thank you.
thank you. Next item on the agenda, superintendent's report.
Good evening, members of the board and community. I want to address the many changes happening within our district, state, and nation. And I want to assure you Despite of these changes, the sky is not falling. Our standard operating procedures for working with law enforcement, federal grants, and weather remains consistent. We have a system in place, and it is proven effective. Earlier this year, there was a concern about how the district would deal with law enforcement. The district has partnerships with local law enforcement agencies, and we work together to keep our schools safe. We deal with state and federal law enforcement based on the law. We cannot and will not share records or release student information. It is the law, and we follow it. When parents send their children to our schools, we're responsible for caring for them. We operate in locus parentis, in place of parents, and ensure that all students are treated fairly. Next, there was a concern about federal funding. The district confirmed that all of our funding was in place. We assured our employees that there was nothing changing for this year, and the community that we would not have an interruption in service. We have continuously operated based on the funding that we receive and will continue to do so. When mentioning finances, it reminds me that our district has made significant financial progress with assistance, moving from 60% of financial adequacy in 2018 to 98% adequacy in 2025. In Illinois, evidence-based funding, EBF, for education, financial adequacy refers to the funding necessary for school districts to provide high-quality education to all of its students. Additional state funding is then allocated to help us meet our adequacy targets. We thank Senator Harris, Representative Davis, and Representative Jones for all their work to get us to adequacy and to continue reducing the reliance on property taxes. This ensures we have the funding to educate our students while properly rebating taxes, as we just did, to the public. We live in the Chicago suburbs, and the weather will always be what it is. Hot in the summer, cold in the winter, with lake effect snow and flooding of our creeks and rivers. The district has 5 e-learning days each year to work to ensure students and staff do not have to extend the school year because of inclement weather. Last year, we finished a major overhaul of our air conditioning systems, and we feel that heat will not be an issue that interrupts our schools. In October, we made plans for our winter weather issues with our employees, contractor support, and planning system. The employees and contractors will ensure our parking lots and sidewalks are clear and safe. The district will make weather determinations by 5 a.m. so the employees and buses do not commute on days we deem unsafe for travel. These are our processes. Again, our system works. We continue to do the necessary work to educate our students to ensure they are enrolled, enlisted, or employed by graduation. This requires us to create and maintain systems that support our goals. Even in tough times, we must not fall into the trap of saying the sky is falling like Chicken Little. Instead, we stay true to our systems that continue to move us forward. All 3 of our schools are commendable, and we are on the road to exemplary status. Our kids and our communities deserve it, and I appreciate the teamwork we create together to get us there. Thank you for your continued support and dedication to our students and our district. That's it for this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Cunningham. At this time, we need a motion to go into executive session to discuss, pursuant to the Open Meeting Act, to consider the following: the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, student discipline, collective negotiating matters, and pending probable or imminent litigation. May I have a motion to go into closed session, please?
So moved, Moody.
Moved by Ms. Moody.
Second, Davis.
Second, Dr. Davis. Roll call.
Mrs. Moody?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We may take action on 2 items after closed session. We don't expect closed session to be long. Thank you so much.
Y'all want to skip that?
You know they wouldn't open the door right after you picked it up.
May I have a motion to convene to open session
6:35.
at 6:35?
2017, I was working with close to 300 pounds.
Motion
After being on the GARS
to
plan for 15 months, I lost
So Davis.
motion by Dr. Davis, need a second?
Second by Brown.
Second by Mr. Brown, roll call.
Davis, yes. Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Banks,
Yes.
Ms. Graham,
Yes.
Ms. Moody, right?
Yes, she did.
All right, motion passes.
May I have, the next item, possible action to approve notice to the remedy for tenured teacher A. May I have a motion to approve the resolution authorizing a notice of remediation for tenured teacher Robert E. Easton as presented. Motion, please.
So move Davis.
Move Dr. Davis.
Yes.
Second by Mr. Banks, roll call.
Davis, yes. Mr. Banks,
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Ms. Graham.
Yes.
Passes.
Possible action to approve resignation and release for tenured teacher B. May I have a motion to approve the resignation and release for tenured teacher Cedric Henderson as presented. Motion, please.
Moved by Dr.
Moved by
Davis.
Dr. Davis. May I have a second?
Second.
Second Brown, roll call.
Davis, yes. Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Banks,
Yes.
Ms. Graham.
Yes. May I have a motion to adjourn to the next regular meeting, March 12, 2025, at the Thornton Township High School. Motion, please.
What time?
Time 6:30.
6:37.
6:37.
So move Davis.
Moved by Dr. Davis,
Second.
second by Mr. Brown. Roll call.
Davis, yes. Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Banks,
Yes.
Ms. Graham.
Yes. All right. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, we got a couple more days. If somebody else got a sweet tooth.